Hey folks, today I want to talk about seamless roof systems, okay? I'm a huge fan of seamless roof systems because if you can seal those seams up and make it a seamless system, you have less areas that water can penetrate. And as you guys can see here, I'm on a pretty good sized roof. You can see all the seams have been done. All the seams. Once again, this is a trapezoid panel roof, 2 foot wide. Love these roofs. You have very few exposed fasteners on them. For the most part, 85% of these screws on this roof are underneath it, so they don't take the sun exposure that the R panels do, exposed fasteners. Overall, these guys did pretty good. They've sealed up their wall flashing. Looks like they did a few repairs around some skylights, maybe swapped out some of the fiberglass on some of them. Overall, a good looking roof. However, I don't know who used this or what brand of silicone this is, but I can tell you it's not my brand because I use Ever Systems and they have an alicoxy. And I can tell you for a fact, I've got repairs that are probably older than this down. I've got 4-year-old repairs down with that silicone, and I haven't seen it fail like this. But while I'm a huge fan of seamless systems, there are consequences because, as you see right here, one of the things that this does whenever you do these lap seams, see that water ponding there? You see how that water ponds back there? In a sense, you kind of create a dam and that water sets there. Now this water here has probably been here since yesterday. We had a pretty good sized storm come through around noon yesterday, 1, 2 o'clock, and she dropped some bombs on us, and so this water is probably from that. I would speculate this water probably burns off. If the sun stayed out today, this water would probably be gone by the end of the day. I don't really worry too much about water as long as it's gone in the next day or so. However, because this thing was sealed up and it's got a good slope too, this is probably a good, every bit of a 1 to 2 pitch, probably more of a 1. But good runoff. I love the runoff. Unfortunately, we've been getting a lot of work here, and most of it's from the silicone starting to fail. And once again, I don't know what brand of silicone they used or whatnot. I know some silicones have a base coat that they got to put down, a primer. I don't know. I don't have that problem. The name of the silicone and the acrylics game is all about adhesion, folks. If you can't get it to clean and dry and to stick, it ain't going to work. But I think that this roof, with the water that's ponding back here, cooking it, it's starting to let some of the silicone go. So this does have one really nasty problem that I want to show you guys. These are some older repairs, okay? I'm going to call those repairs after the fact because, as you can see, that's just a straight line, okay? That's just those guys doing their work. I could tell with these bigger repairs here, there's been an issue after the fact, and this may even be our repairs because we've been out here 4 or 5 times in the last 2 years, and it's almost always the seam that's rusting out. But let me show you what's going on. That's bad, folks. This might as well be. That is every bit of a 15 by 15 inch area that is gone. So they flooded in this building yesterday, and it's from this water setting here and this silicone failing, and it's starting to rust out. So fortunately, I've walked almost every seam. It's very healthy. I don't know why this area got as bad as it did. There was some hail yesterday, so you know, hail might have it was real small. You need about quarter-size hail to really start causing some damage. Don't tell the I don't chase storms, but that's the truth. I took the Hague class, and anybody in the industry, I would highly encourage you to take the Hague class because it really helps you understand how the insurance companies work and how the engineers look at some of these things whenever they come out to do a structural test on your building. So unfortunately, you know, with this being a seamless system, I love the work. They use some kind of a silicone that I don't know the brand. There was some kind of a tape in it. You can actually see the tape. Check this tape out. See that tape? That tape is not made for this. However, they used enough material to where they sealed everything up, so they pulled it off. But I know in a lot, because we do a lot of these buildings for this property manager, and a lot of these are, you know, unfortunately, this is what I call a recommended maintenance program. You know, and you know that they were wise for doing it, but unfortunately somebody used the tape, and the tape's going to fail. So that's been most of the reasons we come out here. This tape's failing. They kind of let it go a little bit too long, and we've had to scab some sheet metal in to make some of the repairs. This is a standing seam trap panel roof, folks. You do not want these things rusting out, because out of all the roofs that are hard to swap panels out, this one here is a real son of a gun. It can be. If you wanted it done right, you'd have to rip one panel out and replace the whole thing to the end if you wanted a real true standing seam roof. However, any repair that you would do on here, it's no problem getting these panels, but it's going to be an exposed fastener, and you're kind of defeating the purpose. So I've got to I've done my due diligence on this roof. It's still repairable. That's a little concerning to see right there. Unfortunately, I don't have any sheet metal on my truck right now. We're about 2 weeks after that big storm that came through Houston, and I've got to get some material, and we've just been running so ragged that we haven't, it's just been tough to keep the truck stocked up here. We went from 0 to 60 real quick, and we're right in the heat of summer. So I'm going to go, at least at a very minimum, go to Home Depot and get some, just get some kind of sheet metal to cover that up, because they've got issues. We've got rainstorms coming in the next 2 or 3 days. On a roof like this, I've never had any issues with my stuff like that. And whenever I do this, I do about a 2 foot wide repair. Okay, I come down here about a foot, and I come up here 1 to 2 feet. It's quite a bit more material, and it's costly, but you never have to worry about the standing water. Folks, I am the Roof Leak Assassin. I can make your assets last a lot longer. I'm probably most roofing companies' worst nightmare out here, because I'm a fix-it-first kind of guy. And don't get me wrong, I know exactly what I'm getting into whenever I look at it. So if I stumble across a roof on the first time and it's really not repairable or getting towards the end of its serviceability, I got no problem telling you, because I'm not going to write a check my ass can't cash. But folks, with the recent storms, I would encourage you to give us a call. 281-928-4428. A lot of these roofs, with the weather that we had, they're not the same roof that they were the previous years before. So I'd highly encourage anybody with any kind of building, to any commercial property manager, I would encourage you guys now to get a really good commercial roof inspection to make sure that your roof's safe and up to par and doesn't need any work. So that's 281-928-4428, folks. Take care. Remember, if you're going to fail, fail forward.